Welcome to They Mostly Pod at Night. Mostly, I am Salem, joined by my co-host Graveyard.
Hello.
This is episode 201 of our weekly All Things Horror podcast. So with the holiday of fireworks behind us, we slip into the 200s with a crocodile episode. Yes, we're going to Lake Placid, which isn't actually the name of the lake. Even in a fictional world, they couldn't give the name of the film to the lake because somebody else already had that name. I don't understand that. That's probably the best understandable thing about this film trilogy. So we'll just kind of leave that alone.
It's Black Lake in the films. Lake Placid exists in New York, and this takes place in Maine.
Right, but like it's a fictional world.
Correct.
Lake Placid. Okay, that's the name of the lake.
Yep.
Done. Like it's it's not like I really believe that there's a lake in Maine with fucking crocodiles in it. Like what does it matter? I don't know. It just didn't. It soured me immediately. But I was like, that doesn't make any sense. In your own film world, you can't name something what you want to name it. It's stupid. Anyway.
Yep.
So let's see what else lurks beneath the surface. We're doing Lake Placid. So Lake Placid 1, 2, and 3. The first one was a regular old theatrical release, and after that, they were all direct to video / cable television.
Somehow cable television.
Well, I don't know. Did they censor them when they were on TV?
They had to have.
I was gonna say, like, I don't think it. I'm like, okay, this is about direct-to-TV quality, but then it was like, topless. I'm like, okay, I don't think they could do that on basic cable.
And yet, as we progress, the cussing just went away.
Well, yeah, I got that part, but the nudity stayed.
Correct.
Which I was very confused. Of like, I don't what is this? So I'm guessing they just had it like censored, like they just showed it on TV and they made it censored and then they like released it on video later.
Yeah,
censored version.
Oh yeah, they're on DVD.
Yeah, so I guess. Okay. I guess this is still the time period when things were not just released digitally and just left to rot digitally. They actually had physical releases for things that even released on TV. So.
Yep.
All right, so we'll start with Lake Placid. So it starts off with Brendan Gleeson, who's I don't know, he's been in a whole bunch of stuff. He was in Gangs of New York. I'm sure you're going to say
Harry Potter.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. I prefer to say he was from Gangs of New York because he's much better in that movie. So he's out on Lake Placid, eating Twinkies with some kind of game warden dude or something, an oceanographer or something, who goes in the water to study something in a wetsuit and gets attacked by a crocodile. Well, everybody doesn't know what they get attacked by. He just gets bitten in half underwater,
and they assume
pulls the top half of his body out.
And they assume bear.
Yeah, bear, underwater bear, sea bear.
Yep.
So he brings him back to the sheriff. The sheriff's like, oh man, what are we going to do? So he calls like the game warden guy, who's Bill Pullman. And they're going to like go, investigate this thing. So somebody calls the Museum of, natural history or
in New York,
an anthropologist to go out there to investigate what kind of animal did this.
They found a tooth.
Right. Which doesn't really make sense. So that's where they kind of came up with this backstory of like her boss was the person she was dating. And that guy cheated on her with Famke Janssen, who then is like, oh, you should go do this thing. So like, you're not around me for a while. And that's like the excuse they have as to why she would like go there, because otherwise it doesn't make sense. So, so she goes there to investigate it. So we got Bill Pullman, we got Bridget Fonda, who's the museum lady, and we got the sheriff, who is Gleason, and
Brendan Gleeson, yeah.
and then we get a Oliver Platt comes in as kind of like a billionaire, guy who loves crocodiles and like does whatever he can to like swim with crocodiles, like risk his life for crocodiles because he's like obsessed with them.
He views them as gods. Yeah.
He's it's insinuated that he's like has some kind of like religious infatuation with them. So they all get together and they all investigate. They're driving the boat around the lake a lot and they find dead things, deer missing heads and all, stuff like that, like just things like that, right? And then they do find a gator when they're underwater, and it jumps up and bites one of the deputies' heads off.
Yep.
And they're like, oh man, so everybody sees this crocodile now, so everybody believes them. So like, okay, so we call like the US game people, they're gonna come out here and kill this thing and we're done, we're out of here. And they're like, oh no, wait, we have to do the humane thing. We have to try to trap it because these guys are going to kill it, but we want to trap it
for reasons.
Yeah, because this could possibly be the only member of its species or whatever. So we need to do this. So they decide to do that. Oliver Platt gets attacked in his helicopter, but manages to get away. But the helicopter crashes, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So they're all set up their nets and traps and whatever they're going to do to capture this thing, tranquilizer darts and all that. And so the alligator chases them, bites Oliver Platt, but he gets away and it gets stuck inside of the helicopter, what's left of it. But it's stuck in there, so they manage to trank it. And then as they're tranking it, another gator comes out of the water and they blow it up with a grenade launcher thing.
Yep.
Really, that's kind of the whole movie. But really, there's not much else going on. There's character development where we see, Bridget Fonda is like a very kind of uptight, germaphobe pretty much, who's like out in the wilderness. Haha, that's funny, right?
Yep.
And then, they're kind of like this, will they, won't they thing with Bill Pullman. There's kind of like an attraction there, but they're both kind of too, stubborn to act on it. Oliver Platt is just kind of goofy, having parties all the time and doing reckless things to try to see the alligator. And somehow one of the deputy ladies falls in love with him somehow.
He's got money.
Yeah. Well, that's understandable.
He's very sure of himself.
That is true. But really, other than that, it's just a lot of investigation of looking for the crocodile, finally finding the crocodile, and then deciding that we're not going to let the US game people kill it. We're going to trap it ourselves. And then they do.
And it goes off to Portland.
Yeah. And so they put it on a truck and ship it away. And then at the very end, I forgot Betty White. Betty White is in it, who's an old lady that was feeding the crocodiles.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's why they got so big, but it's why they were attracted to people.
Yeah,
because she was feeding it like cows and stuff, and it ended up eating her husband, and she didn't report it. So they're like, "Where's your husband? Oh, he's dead. How long has he been dead? 2 years." So nobody checked on this lady in 2 years.
I killed him. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, right. But Betty White's legit funny in this movie, swearing like crazy.
She is great in this movie.
Yeah. So yeah, it was that whole thing, and then she ends up getting eaten as well, I think.
No, at the end she's feeding the new breed.
Oh, that's right. No, that's right. So the next one, she's eaten before it starts.
Yes,
but she doesn't. Yeah, she's feeding little baby crocodiles at the end of this one. Blah blah. So I think that's it. Is there anything else we need to add or in there?
That's pretty much it. Yeah. But but they don't really you don't know what it is. So they have the start of a Jaws type thing. We don't necessarily see it until finally happens, right? No one believes it.
Yeah, but the thing is okay, they tried to do that, but all the previews for the film showed a big alligator or a big crocodile, so it's you knew what it was.
Correct, and the previews actually show the nighttime scene at the last scenes.
Right,
which
right.
is
But yeah,
funny.
like the alligator jumping out of the water was like in all
Mhm.
of the previews.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And
like I literally have a note here. Like you don't see the alligator itself until 40 minutes in,
yep.
and that's only a brief flash.
Yeah.
Like you really don't see it at all until like when it attacks Oliver Platt in the helicopter. That's like the first time you actually see it.
Mm-hmm. And this was your first time ever seeing this, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw this in theaters. Um, and
So
I, well, this came out at the same time as Deep Blue Sea. I really enjoyed Deep Blue Sea as well. I know I don't know if this is a nostalgia movie for me now because I've watched it so many times. I don't know, maybe you were out of horror at that point in
the
time.
late 90s, man, I was very much jaded to horror in the late 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this was came out during that time period,
Yeah,
and I just did not care.
that's fair. That's fair.
All right. So I guess I'll go first for
Okay.
my high points here. So the cast is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Right, we got Pullman, we got Gleason, we got Oliver Platt, we got Bridget Fonda, we got Mariska. Oh, that's right. It wasn't Vivica Jansen. It was Mariska Haggerty. Was the girl that was with the boss at the museum or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that's. I don't know if I've ever seen her in anything that's not SVU. I was trying to think of something else that I've seen her in, and the only other thing I could think of was like she was in The Love Guru.
Oh.
I didn't actually see that movie. I just know that they talked about that scene a lot. Like they
Oh.
showed the scene with her. So I've never actually seen that film, but I know of the scene with her in that film. That was the only other one I could think of her being in. Because she's been in SVU for like 20 years.
Yeah.
Maybe even longer. I don't know. It's been a very long time. I don't watch Law and Order.
No.
Anyway, now they had these interesting things. I don't know what they were. They looked like cattle prods, but they had bullets in them.
Yes.
They don't use them. They all have them. They don't use them at all. I don't know what they are, and I was intrigued. I was like, is this like a gun you like stab something with and then it shoots? Like, what does this thing do? I was very confused because it looks like a cattle prod, but it literally has like a 44 Magnum bullet in it.
I wonder if that's like what divers have with sharks, just in case, like an
But that's like
underwater
a
shotgun.
but that's like what they have a spear gun for.
Yeah.
So I was like, what is this thing? Because in order for the bullet to fire, it has to be in a trapped air thing.
Has to be ignited.
Right. So I was like, what is that thing? I was very like intrigued. I would like to see what it is, but nobody ever commented on it. They never used it. And after that one scene, they never came back. So I don't know what they were, but
It is an underwater shotgun stick. It's a bang stick.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, that looked cool. Why didn't they use it? Why would it never come back after that scene? I don't know. But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. So I thought the practical croc effects were pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Like it looked decent.
Did you see who did them?
Yeah.
Stan Winston.
Yeah, I was gonna say I couldn't
Jurassic
remember
Park.
which one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looked good.
Mhm.
The cow lived. I was
Yep.
shocked that the cow lived because they just dropped it in the water. I was like, oh, and then it just disappears. I'm like, okay, it got eaten, right? No, it comes at the end. It comes out. And like all of the main cast survives.
Yeah.
Like not one person in the main cast survives. There's only like 2 people that die in the whole movie. And that's the guy in the beginning that gets bitten in half, and then maybe Betty White's husband, but he dies 2 years before. So like during the events of this film, there's only like 2 people. It's the guy who gets bitten in half in the very beginning, and then the deputy who gets his head bit off.
Poor Galaxy Quest guy.
Yeah. Right. That's the only thing I knew him from too. But
yeah.
and that's it. That's the only 2 people that die in the whole film.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, I was like, it's very interesting having like this kind of, I mean, yeah, it's more of like an adventure kind of comedy with horror elements, but it's not Like, you know, you'd expect at least one of the main cast. Like, I thought for sure Oliver Platt was going to die. But no, like
Yep.
none of the main cast died at all, which is shocking. That's all.
Oh yeah, like I said, the cast is great. Betty White nails it in every scene she's in. She is just a delight to watch. Directed by Steve Miner of Friday the 13th fame. Stan Winston did all the practical effects. And I'm gonna say, of all the alligator crocodile movies we have watched so far, easily the best effects.
Effects, yes.
Yeah. Like I said, the gator in the helicopter looked great. It was animatronic, so it's awesome. Yeah, I think it was just like a good, 24 years later after Jaws, just kind of like a good natural lake type thing, and trying to do, for lakes like you could for Jaws did for oceans. And I think this movie pulls it off really well. It's shot beautifully. I wouldn't mind staying on that lake if it wasn't for the crocodiles. So
Give me
really
some of
enjoyed
those gun sticks.
it. Yeah. But no, like I said, I think everyone did a great job. It shows what happens when you actually put money behind this franchise with the first one. If only the next one's got that. I will roll in my low points. They never fully explained how the crocodile got there, did they?
No.
Because they think it's some Asian crocodile that just
Well, it
happened
was.
to get there. Yeah.
It was an Asian, like specifically a kind of Asian
Yeah.
crocodile, but they have no idea. They're like, oh, maybe in the centuries ago it could have swam over this channel or whatever, but they never give an explanation why.
Right. And yeah, so it makes sense why they had, two, but obviously the brood continues. What would they do with the crocodile? Like, why Portland? What's in Portland that they need to go to?
Maybe there's like some kind of study thing, like, okay, if you say like, oh, there's this disease, we're going to send it to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Right. Because Atlanta is where the CDC is based. Maybe there's some kind of like animal thing in Portland. I don't know. I'm not a big animal zoological person.
Well, and spoilers for the next rest of the franchise. You think people would notice a 30-foot crocodile being shipped across the country and would have reported on it, so people would believe there was a crocodile in the lake?
Okay, we'll talk about that in the next one. We're going to leave that out.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. It's just, I know where it's going, but like, yeah, I think that's be worthy news. Like, oh crap, there's crocodiles here. I just don't understand the idea of wanting to swim with crocodiles. It's like, occasionally I will have a nightmare like I'm in Florida and there's like alligators there. I've always had this dream. Like, no, I would not want to deal with that. It just, why would you go swim with them?
Some people get off on it, man. Some people like to swim with sharks and shit. Like, some people do that. Some people like to go and like hang out with grizzly bears.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
I'm not. It's not me. I'm not that person. But there are people that do that, and it sometimes ends badly. I mean, obviously those are the ones we hear about, but
yeah,
lots of dumbass people.
Yeah, and I feel like the opening scene of her in the museum was just a shoddy way to explain why she would be there longer. I don't think that part worked.
Well, why she was there at all?
Yeah.
Like in reality, a fucking museum, like a museum person would never be sent to an animal attack.
No.
That doesn't make sense.
Right.
So that's why they had to put that weird timeline, that weird reasoning in there, because otherwise it doesn't make sense that she would go.
Yeah. But
which I appreciate.
Yeah.
At least they tried.
Yeah, but those are my low points. How about you?
Gleason's accent is pretty funny because you can like literally watch him like struggling to like maintain the American accent.
Yeah.
He does a decent job, but it's just so funny because his real accent and it's very strong. Mm-hmm. So like him trying to do a regular American accent is pretty funny. The poor bear, like when do you want to root for the bear? And it's like the poor bear got attacked, and that was sad.
Yeah.
The poor cow that got ate, that was sad. The CGI, it's not It's not bad, but it's dated a bit. Which is funny because like I think it's the same people who did this that was that did Jurassic Park.
Yep.
Jurassic Park was like 6 years earlier.
Yep.
And Jurassic Park doesn't look that dated.
No.
I mean, a little bit, but not as bad as this. So it's strange to me. But it does. It looks dated. Now, I will say Bridget Fonda's commentary when the helicopter was like spinning the cow around was so annoying. That scene went on for way too long. It was like every time the cow moved, it's like, she's mooing.
Yep.
Oh, it's like a tea bag. You're dipping her in the water. Oh, pull her up. She can't swim. I'm like, just shut up. We all can fucking see the cow. Like, everyone can see what's happening. We don't need you to give a fucking, shrill, high pitched fucking description of what's happening. And then at the end, it's like she's on land and there's a crocodile. And she has the option to either run further inland or swim to the helicopter. And she decides to swim to the helicopter.
Yep.
Like, okay, crocodiles are fast on land, but they're sprinters, like only for short distances. Like they cannot run long distance. Like if you ran your full speed, you would outrun the crocodile.
Yeah.
You cannot outswim a crocodile. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. So I was just like, you made the wrong choice. Of course, it worked out for him. But it's like that is a bad choice. That's all.
All right. So what are olives for this week?
We're gonna do missing limbs because there's a lot of floating and found missing limbs in all of these films. That's how they always start, is they find some missing head or arms or legs or something.
Yeah. These crocodiles are picky eaters, don't eat everything, I guess.
No, they bite it off and then they stick it in their pantry underwater.
Yeah.
Didn't you listen to the movie?
I did. I guess in the next ones are pantries or in the woods.
Yeah. So, Lake Placid, 1999. We'll do Out of Missing Limbs. Do you want me to go first?
I'll go first. I'll go first. I unabashedly love this movie. Is it the perfect movie? No, but I will give this 9 missing limbs out of 10.
9.
9. I love this movie.
Jesus Christ.
How about you?
No, it's an entertaining movie. I enjoyed it. It was fun. There's the right amount of humor, right amount of adventure. Again, it's not really what I would consider like horror, really. I mean, I guess it's a big animal. It's like technically a monster film, which falls under the horror, world realm, whatever. But it's a 7. I'll rewatch it. It's entertaining enough. So then we move on to the straight to video Lake Placid 2.
Well, if you think not a lot happened in the first movie, even less happens in this one. Honestly, it does make sense. But essentially, we as you said, Betty White's character is deceased. The crocs ate her, and her sister, played by Cloris Leachman, is now there feeding them rancid HMO filled meat for some reason. Sure. We have the sheriff, played by one of the Duke boys himself, and his son that's visiting from Boston at the lake, because now a couple people live on the lake as opposed to just one. And they're like, oh, they're always worried about, this happening again. And sure enough, more people are attacked, more crocs are there, and they're like, we gotta, call in the wildlife people, and we have to call, someone in there as well, because that's what you do. And then also we have the big game hunter who hunts great whites, therefore is good, I guess. No, he also hunts. He just big game. He lions, stuff like that.
That's the stereotype of the great white hunter is a guy who is white dude, very rich, can travel around the world and hunts all kinds of dangerous game and endangered game and blah blah blah.
With his manservant that he brings, who does way more than he does. But yeah, they said, so the sheriff goes there and Fred talks to, Clark Sleeper. He's like, yeah, your sister did this stuff. Yeah, I'm not doing it. Oh, well, tough shit. And his son's there, and they just meet a group of people that are there from college and partying and deciding what to do. Then, like I said, the big game hunter shows up in the MS Paint plane that is so bad, like they couldn't even get a real plane, so it's all terrible, terrible CGI.
They got boats.
Yeah,
like I'm pretty sure you could get, like, it doesn't need to work. The plane does not need to fly. I'm pretty sure you could like rent a plane to sit there for cheaper than it would be to pay someone to do that shitty CGI.
Yes. Yeah. You have the newspaper reporter who's took his inspirations from Alligator and put his nose in the places, doesn't believe everything, and then of course gets eaten because of course Leachman kind of leads him there. All this is happening, and so the teens are of course get naked, which means they have to start getting killed. Not a whole lot more happens. Like I said, the big game hunter tries to track one. And of course his plane gets ruined, but they end up like he gets saved by his manservant who just brutally kills the alligator. He's like, I get the head. He's like, no, your guy should. And then he like goes like, oh, you have been always doing this to me. I quit. I'm my own person now. You saved my life, but you shot me like 2 times in the process of saving me from that line. Sure. And then they find out, you're trying to figure out what's going on there. They happen to find like the nest of eggs, and the U.S. wildlife's like, we have to save these eggs. We can't let anything happen to it, because I guess something happened to the croc from the first one. I don't know. It's a really stupid way to do it. Anyway, a storm happens. Crocodile comes in and just kills Ahmad and Cool, and eventually the big game hunter, he gets killed as well. The other guy with his son meets up with these other people. It's like, hey, you should go to Boston. They sleep in a tree because the crocodile can't knock down that tree for sure. One guy falls out of the tree and lands on the crocodile, then it gets immediately eaten. And they start hunting down the crocs with grenade launchers and eventually kind of take them out and kill them all. But kill them all, but keep the eggs. And they drive off to go bring the eggs somewhere. Not really. I don't think it's, they always take these things someplace. We never get any resolution to where these things go after that.
No, but the total count, there was 4 of them. 4 of the big ones.
Yeah, so they had to up the ante, right? How do you make a sequel? You add more.
Apparently.
Sure.
Because there was 2 in the first one, so now there has to be 4.
Correct. And yeah, if you listen to us talk about the flood, those alligators look better than these crocodiles did.
I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen a movie where the CGI is like worse than this movie. I mean, I'm like talking like Birdemic, or something like that bad. But like this CGI is horrible.
Yeah, Sharknado looks better.
It does. It really does. And I hate Sharknado, but it does.
Yeah, and this is 8 years later, and they just said, what IP do we have that we can make really shittily? And lo and behold, that's what they got. I don't think I'm missing really anything big in this at all.
Yeah, I don't care. It's very hard to focus on this movie and the next one because they're just so bad.
They really are. It's just, yeah, I saw this. I'm like, oh, what's such a drop off when this happened? Like, I don't know if I've ever seen a sequel be so bad in comparison.
Right away like that? No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually it's like within 2, sure, but not usually that bad.
Like the first couple of Puppet Masters were okay before it dropped off.
Yeah. Well, I mean, well, yeah, we didn't start very high with Puppet Master, but yeah, it didn't go from 5 to 0. You know, like this one, like
Yeah,
you know, I give it a 7. Like this one is much lower than that.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, it's amazing to think that the franchise continues after this one was made. Somehow, I don't know how people are clamoring for more of these, but
Well, I mean, I can't see the budget being high.
no,
So like I think they could probably make a 2-hour movie for less than the cost it would take to film 4 30-minute show episodes.
yeah,
So if they can do that and get the same rating numbers, apparently it was working for them.
that's
But
debatable.
sci-fi films did this a lot.
In the mid aughts, yeah.
Yeah, and the two all of the 2000s essentially.
Mhm.
They did have some movies that were interesting. I won't say they had, you know, many of them, but there was a few that were interesting. But yeah, they did a lot of these like recycled, like, you know, terrible subpar sequels, and they just started doing like weird pairings of monsters.
Yep,
Just very badly. You know, they progressed into like fucking Sharknado, and shit like that. But yeah, this is kind of like the start of it. Like
it is.
this is like their journey into the crap.
Yeah, yeah. I'll go first with my highlights. Daisy, she's a good girl. She lives.
She was, yeah, yeah. I didn't think that she did because
Nope.
like she was like fighting the alligator by herself,
Yep.
and then like she was gone for like 30 minutes, and then she just came back and it was fine.
Yep. Yeah, she's a good girl. And of course, more crocs. Who doesn't want more crocodiles? That makes the movie the best thing ever.
If they were better crocodiles, sure.
It's that's all I got. This movie is terrible.
It is.
How about
It
you?
is. Yeah, I had to stretch. So yeah, Daisy, of course, is on my list here. Cloris Leachman is probably the best in the movie, and that's not saying much.
Oh, she phoned it in.
Yeah, well, she is trying to play a Betty White character, but they essentially took her teeth. You know what I mean? Like the funny biting stuff that Betty White was saying in the first one, they took it completely away. So it's like this like generic TV version of a snarky old lady.
Yep.
You know, it's like a sitcom version of a snarky old lady. It's pathetically bad. So if she's the best one, that's not saying much for the rest of the people here. And I will say that the kill count got surpassed within the first like 5 minutes
Yes.
of the film, which is funny.
Yeah.
That's really all I got. So I'll just roll into my low points here. 0 returning cast.
Yep.
Not one.
Correct.
Not even like one of the deputies who I'm sure they could have got for like, you know, standard price. No, didn't even bother.
Yep.
So we were talking bargain basement actors and bargain basement acting. I mean, it is bad. The first guy that gets attacked in the boat, like those two guys are like probably the worst actors I might have ever seen in my life. I mean, it is like they like suck the life out of every scene that they're in. They're so bad. The CGI, wow. Wow. I mean, I was playing games on the PS1 that had better graphics than this movie. I mean, they're literally like blurred polygons.
Yep.
Like when they zoom in and show them up close, they are blurry. They don't even have enough pixels to like make them even partially realistic. It is the worst CGI in a major film I've ever seen.
What video game do you think that they got the assets from?
Oh, Jesus Christ. But
Tomb
it's
Raider?
like
Did Tomb Raider have like crocodiles?
the
in one,
reptile people in Resident Evil had better graphics than the crocodile.
Yeah.
Like they could have copied their skin and it would have looked better. Even like the costumes, the wardrobe in this movie is like the most generic wardrobe. Like everybody's wearing like khakis and a t-shirt, but all the t-shirts have no wording or symbols or pictures or anything on them. They're just plain t-shirts with khaki pants. Like everyone is wearing the same thing.
Hey, that costs money. All right.
It's like the most generic, like milquetoast wardrobe I've ever seen. The music is horrible. Ahmad's scars. It looks like they chewed up a bunch of bubble gum and stuck it to him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even partially looking real. It's terrible. He has a grenade launcher, right?
Yep.
He easily kills a crocodile with the grenade launcher. And then the next scene, it's gone.
Yep.
He doesn't have it anymore. He doesn't have it for like 3, 4, 5 more scenes when they're fighting alligators. And then all of a sudden in one scene, it's just back. And now they're killing alligators again. Like it was just gone conveniently so they could like, up the stakes for a second. And then it came back. I was like, wow, they can't even like keep that together. Like if you have a grenade launcher, then it's like there. But yeah, so like, I don't know if they left it on the ground and they went back and picked it up. I don't know. The ending is like a very bizarre, hard cut. Because it's like they're sitting in the truck driving with music playing and everything. And the music just goes like hard stop. Like in the middle of a note, and then it just cuts hard black to cast list. Like I don't know if they ran out of money to make the film, and they just had to cut it hard at that point. I don't know what happened, but it is like one of the most brutally cut endings I've ever seen. And then the girl, right? The girl that they like save, who's now like the son's girlfriend. Like, does she not have a family? Like
no,
if
clearly
you
not.
were just got attacked by crocodiles, like everybody around you died, like wouldn't you want to spend that day with your fucking family? Like instead you're going back home with your boyfriend who you like literally just met. Like you wouldn't want to go say, "Hey, mom and dad, I survived the fucking crocodile attack."
No,
No, you're gonna hang out with your boyfriend. Like it's the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Yeah, but I honestly I could have had a list that was a page long. I was just trying to keep it short. But that's it. It's all I get.
Yeah. Sci-fi back when it was, sci-fi. They said the acting is atrocious. I go, how do they not know about crocs in Black Lake, aka Lake Placid? Like I said, it's the 30-foot gator or crocodile. Everyone should have seen it. Yeah, it's just bad CGI, is just absolutely horrible. The crocs are atrocious, as you point out. The helicopter was atrocious. The plane was atrocious. Just everything. I just don't understand.
Sorry. There was one on the other side that I forgot to do. And that was the giant man-eating crocodiles are a rumor that was forgotten about. And like, how long do you think time passed between the two films?
In universe, I mean, it's only been 8 years, but
right. But okay, even we'll say it's been 8 years.
Yeah.
Do you think the lake that's had like nothing going on would forget about a crocodile that ate 2 people?
No.
In 8 years. Right. Exactly. There's no fucking way that would not still be in the fucking headlines. And like to the point where people that live in that area don't know that it was real.
Right.
Like what like bizarre dimension do they live in? Like if this is another film or these people came in from somewhere else or something, I get it. But no, these are people that lived on that same lake. Those events happened.
Yep.
And somehow no one remembers.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Sorry. Go ahead.
It's all right. You talk about like, there's these crocs do death rolls. How many death rolls did you see in this film? If you're gonna talk about it, show it. Right? Yeah, no death rolls. I mean, it took death rolls a long time to even be a thing in the other ones we watched about alligators.
Well, alligators, they had death rolls in at least all of them.
Yeah.
At least one.
What accent do you think the big game hunter was going for?
I don't know. I was like, is this Northern Irish? Like, is this like a light Northern Irish? That's what I got out of it. Like, it's like light Northern Irish to the point where it's like sometimes not even there.
Well, I know the guy's American, right?
Yeah.
And it sounds like maybe Northern Irish, or it could have been South African.
Okay, but again, it sounds like a watered down accent. Again, if I had to guess, I would say a watered down Northern Irish accent.
Yeah, there's times when it sounded Australian. There's times when it
Right.
sounded just all over the globe.
Correct. Yeah, he was just like making up a voice as he went along.
Yeah. It's just like, do you remember how you did that voice last week? No.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. Doesn't matter. Shoot.
Oh well. Yeah. It's just it's they tried to play the same tropes and the same characters as the first one. You still had the the U.S. wildlife, wildlife, right? And you had the cop. They just were just. This is the Temu version of Lake Placid.
Yeah,
that's way I can describe it.
It's bad.
Yeah,
it's bad. They had to try to bring in teenagers, I guess, because they wanted some nudity.
And the first one did just fine without it.
It did. Again, the first one, it was obviously rated R because there's a lot of swearing in it.
Yeah,
and stuff. But there was that. I don't think there was any nudity in the first one.
No, zero.
Yeah,
zero. Then they go to the sci-fi, nudity. Like what?
Right. I'm I was sitting there. I'm like, this had to have been made for TV, and then topless scenes, and I'm like, what audience was this made for? What did this get released on? Was this straight to video? I was like, I could have swore it was on TV first.
It was.
Yeah,
it was.
They must have just blurred it out, I guess. I don't know.
I don't
know how you do that.
I probably watched it on Sci-Fi at that time, and just no, I'm good. So that's all I got.
All right, so Lake Placid 2.
Yeah,
from 2007.
How many number
missing limbs?
Yeah.
I don't know, man, because it's gonna keep getting worse.
Yep.
And I don't know how low I want to start this because I have to keep going lower, I'm sure.
Oh, so for sure.
I'm gonna do. Wow. Okay, 1.5.
1.5. Yeah.
And it should be less than that, but I'm only keeping it there because I know the rest of these are going to get worse, and I need a progression.
Yeah, I'm going down to 2. It's just I've only watched it twice now, and that's 2 more times than I needed to, quite honestly.
Yeah, that's horrendous.
Yep. And it took 3 years for the next one to come out.
Yeah.
I don't know why it took 3 years. It's not like anyone's writing this crap.
Right. Okay, so Lake Placid 3, 2010. I'll try to keep it brief for all of our sanities here. So essentially this one is we get broken into a couple of different groups because, of course, the same thing happens. Alligators are coming, right? So we get the group of kids, right, that are in the forest who's it's 2 guys, right? One guy that invited this girl who had a fight with her boyfriend. So he invited her out to get away from him so hopefully he could hook up with her. And then he brings his goofy best buddy, and she brings her princess best friend.
Mm-hmm.
And then somehow is there some? No, that was all of them, right? Or is there one more? No, I think that was all. That's all of them.
Eventually Stalker's coming.
Right, eventually. So and then there's another group, which is a lady who's a hunting guide who has 2 guys that paid her to go hunting illegally in this for they're looking for elk that are literally marked by the U.S. Wildlife Service. So they have the scanner to find the marked chipped elk so they can hunt them. And then she is bringing the guy who's the boyfriend that's stalking the girl to go find them in the woods. Okay, that's group 2. The group 3 is your cop / U.S. wildlife people that are going out to try to find the alligator. So,
who, by the way, is the nephew of Cloris Leachman.
Supposedly.
Correct.
Right. So he's whatever, a cop. The very beginning of the film is them moving in, and then the kid finding the alligators and then deciding that he's going to like keep them as pets and feed them. And so then with like fast forwards a couple of years, and so now they're like giant alligators, and he's like throwing them meat from his backpack, which he doesn't even bother taking out of the cellophane, which I can't be good for them.
No.
But yeah, so that's like we got the dad and the mom and the babysitter who is, I don't know,
Russian.
Russian, I
Yeah.
guess, something, and her little dog and their son. And that's kind of group one. So it starts kind of with the kid is feeding the alligators. The alligators are starting to get aggressive towards him because they're still hungry. So he goes to the store and tries to shoplift a whole bunch of meat. So, but he leaves the babysitter at home. So the mom has to go pick the kid up from the store, pay for all the shoplifted meat. They go back home, and he like tries to feed the alligator the meat that he managed to, because he didn't get any of it from the store. So he finds like a hot dog in the fridge and he goes to feed it. The Russian babysitter follows him in the woods with her little dog. He throws the hot dog. The alligators eat the dog and attack the babysitter. I thought she was dead at this point, but she somehow survives.
She should have been dead.
Yeah.
She was like digested back up.
Right. So she like somehow survives, even though like the CGI was like biting her whole body. But
yep.
So she gets back. So the mom and the babysitter and the son are all like trapped in the house. And they're pretty much joined by the dad very soon after that. And they're kind of like in a siege in their house, right, from the alligators. The hunter people, their boat gets attacked and they all get knocked in the water. One of the hunters dies in the water, and then they're, have like a kind of standoff with the gator. I think they kill one of them, but the other hunter guy dies. So then it's the hunter guide lady and the stalker dude survive. The group of kids, the princess girl gets eaten like right away.
Yep.
The goofy dude, he's like spying on them in the woods. They were like, because of course girls like go topless in the woods when they're talking and with each other. I guess that's the thing that women do.
Yeah, of course. You didn't know that? Come on.
So he's like taping them in the forest like a peeping Tom, and then he gets attacked and eaten. And they find his body later. I think that's how they figure out that, like, oh, that there's something attacking things because we found this kid's body.
Right. Not in the water, pretty far away from the lake. I'm going to say that now. That the pantry is now, everyone's afraid to get away from, doesn't know how to get away from the lake and the Crocs, other than just going away from
it. Right. So essentially, eventually they all kind of like meet up. Everybody is okay. The stalker boyfriend dies, but the girl is like very upset about it and is like totally in love with the guy, even though he was like, that part, it confused me because apparently she was like really in love with him, even though he was like controlling stalker guy. Right. Because then like the dude that was like trying to take her out becomes like a weird, like rapist kind of dude. And he gets eaten. And then the boyfriend like tries to save her, whatever, and he gets eaten, and she like throws herself at the alligator, at the Crocs to like, I don't know, because she was so upset that her boyfriend died. I don't know. That part was very confusing to me. But yeah. So then they all get back to their cabin. So it's like the hunter guide lady, the cop, his wife, and the kid. The babysitter, even though she's like bleeding out like this whole time, she finally does get eaten. And then they, I don't know, he gets like a grenade launcher or something, doesn't he?
Yeah, somewhere.
I don't remember where that came from.
Probably from the hunter.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, they're under siege in the house, and then they like fight back and fight their way out, and then they survive. I think they survived, right? Did the hunter lady survive?
No,
she didn't.
She died in the grocery store.
Oh, yeah, I forgot they went back to land. I'm sorry, dude. I was towards the end of this. It was hard.
Yeah,
hard to continue
the
watching
Crocs
this movie.
follow them to the market that's in town.
Right. Okay, I remember that. And then he was like kicking the emergency door
Yep.
everywhere but on the bar across the door that you push to open. He was kicking it and hitting it with a hammer all over the door except for that spot. And then when he finally found that spot, he opened it. But yeah, the lady had died before that.
Yeah, way more crocodiles. Everyone except the family dead.
Right. Well, I remembered them all except for the hunter lady.
Yeah.
But yeah, I forgot that they went to the grocery store and then they went back to the house again after that.
No, he blew him up. He blew the last gear up with the gas pump.
In the gas thing. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I got it confused with the second one. Like he did not have a grenade launcher. He had a gas pump. Because I wrote down because I had to pause it because I was like, those numbers don't make sense. The gas pump, he turned on the gas pump for what? Like, I don't know, 3 seconds?
Yep.
It was at 9 gallons.
Yeah, because the crocodile was sucking it down.
9 gallons of gas in 3 seconds. I'm like, holy shit, I wish it was that fast to fill my tank.
No. The croc was sucking it down. That's why I started going faster. Because,
Sure.
why not?
Yeah, why not?
Because it's just going to keep drinking gas. Because
but then he threw a Zippo lighter in its mouth in the rain. And it somehow lit.
Hey, and it only blew up the gator, not the pump that was pumping out the gas.
Correct. That they were standing right in front of.
Correct. Yeah. As you know, if there's a fire next to the gas pump, it's only going to blow up the thing that's at the end of the nozzle, not everything connected to it.
Yeah. No, sorry. Like at the end of this movie, it was everything that I had to not turn it off. I was like, I have to be doing something else. I cannot watch this. I will hate myself.
Yeah.
So I think that's it.
Yep. Yeah, just continues downhill.
Yeah. All right. So I'll do my high points.
All right.
You ready?
Yep.
Michael Ironside is in it.
Yep.
That's it for the for the cast. Again, and the fastest gas pump ever that pumps 9 gallons in 3 seconds. And I just have a question of like, how much time has passed? Like it's very like fluid. Like it's like how much time has passed between these films? Because like this one, at least like the people seem to remember. Like they didn't tell the kid about it, but it's a kid. He not like he watches the news. It's 2010. The internet's not everywhere yet.
Yeah.
So like it's understandable that they didn't tell the kid, but everybody else seems to remember about the man-eating crocodiles, right?
Yep.
So at least there's that. But I'm gonna say I guess it would be another like actual real time, like 3 years would be my guess.
Yeah. Yeah, because 2 years passed after the ant died, which was in the second one that they got in the house.
The other funny thing was like he walks in the cabin and he's like, "Yep, it's exactly the way I remember it," and it's nothing like the cabin that was in the second movie.
Well, maybe it is exactly the way he remembers it. He just remembers it really wrong.
Apparently. But yeah, I was like, "It's exactly how I remember it." I was like, "This doesn't even look like the same building."
No.
But that's all I got for high points.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely Michael Ironside, but Colin Ferguson is the main guy. And if you ever watched Eureka on Sci-Fi, you know why he's in this film. I love Eureka. I love Colin Ferguson. I like the stuff he's done. So when I saw his name pop up on this movie, that's why I watched it originally. Because I'm like, okay, maybe I'll give another chance. And of course, how do you increase the ante? More crocodiles. Of course. There's like 8 of them now.
I don't know how many there are because they don't count them. They're just like, no matter how many they kill or stop or trap or hide, they keep coming.
Hey, you know what they didn't do though? They didn't take specimens back. So kudos to them for learning that lesson.
Well, they didn't have a zoological person this time.
Correct. That's all I have. My low points, obviously, poor doggo.
Poor Teddy.
Yeah. Holy crap, there's a lot of shaky cam in this movie.
I think they just couldn't afford decent cameras in this movie. I think that's all it is.
Yeah. yeah, CGI is just like, hey, you know what? We have these assets. Let's just no one will notice that technology has changed in 3 years, right? It'll still look as shitty as the second one.
Oh
Sure.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's like the same terrible CGI.
Yep. Yep. I know, you know, they talk about crocodiles having this pantry, right? But like, there's like full on bodies left over in the woods. Like, I don't know much about crocodiles, but I don't think they would just leave bodies just to scare people.
Well, they own the whole area apparently.
Apparently.
So they leave their food wherever they want.
Stalkers, no bueno. The kid acting was just atrocious in this.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just really bad. And then of course they have to end, why not, with a crocodile jump scare. So you think the movie's over, everything's safe. Nope. Crocodile.
Of course. They're everywhere. They're always in pairs.
I guess. Like, you have to think, like, what are something about this lake is like making these crocodiles go bigger than they've ever seen. Like, that's a story thread they should actually look at.
Maybe they will in one of the other ones.
Maybe.
I mean, I highly doubt it.
But I don't know. I'm excited to see how they bring an anaconda into this lake. Not really.
Well, crocodiles don't belong there, so why not just throw anacondas in there?
In Maine, yeah, they'd freeze to death. I'm sorry. In the winter. Yeah, it's just the only. I think Michael Ironside was just in it for a check.
Of course he was.
I think the only person that's actually trying to act was Colin himself. So, but that's
you can praise him all you want. He sucked.
So, that's what I have. How about you?
Boning in the mud. I can't see that being fun. Like on the sand, I get it. I understand. It's like a beach, whatever. It's like they were trying to like do that vibe, but it was like just a sloppy, muddy bank of a river. Like it wasn't a beach in any way. And it was like, you could see the sloppy mud all over them. Like it was gross mud. It wasn't like, oh, like you're going to get an infection or something. You need to stop that.
Yeah.
So like the music got even worse in this one, and they just went straight Jaws ripoff. Like,
for
every
sure.
time it's like like just barely enough to pass copyright. CGI again, PS1 level graphics. It's horrible. Now, Cloris Leachman was supposed to be his aunt. Okay, yep. Now, the flashback that they show that goes back to episode 2, he is wearing the same shirt as the kid was.
Yes, I had to double check that because
that's what I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, so it's the kid. And then he was talking about, oh, my aunt. I'm like, that kid wasn't related to Cloris Leachman. Like, what the fuck? So I didn't think about it. I'm like, oh, so he wasn't even there.
Nope.
Like that's just his aunt. But why would they show a flashback where he's literally wearing the same shirt? Like that's how you kind of infer that, hey, these are the same people. Look, they're wearing the same clothes.
And a flashback to a memory that he was not there for.
Right.
Yes.
Right. I was so confused. I'm like, who is this person supposed to fucking be? And like eventually I figured it out, but I had to write it down because I'm like, he's wearing the same fucking shirt. Like, why would you do that? I mean, I guess this quality movie, whatever. They probably didn't even think they probably only had one shirt.
Yep.
Okay, the acting is horrible. Like you said, the kid was terrible. I would say like the Russian babysitter is on par. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, she was Tara Reid Sharknado levels of
bad
acting.
My God. It was terrible. Okay, now there's a scene where there's an elk head that he finds on the ground.
Yep.
Okay. And it's still got his tracking tag attached to it. And he's like, oh my God, there's an elk head. Like, I have to go tell people. So he gets the sheriff and they go back to where the elk head was. The elk head is gone, but so is all the blood.
Yes.
So you're telling me this crocodile came on land, ate the head, antlers and all, and then licked up all the blood to the point where no trace was left?
Of course. No?
Like, crocodiles don't clean up after themselves. Like, what are you talking about?
What?
And then at the very end, he has this like speech where I think he's trying to be like motivational.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're not in control of your job. Like, what? What do you mean you're not in control of your job? It's like one of the few things you are in control of. You can do a good job, you can do a bad job, you can quit, you can get fired. There's like a lot of things you can do. Like, what are you talking? You're not in control of your job. You're also not in control of your children. What the fuck? Like, what do you mean you're not in control of your children? Like, of course you have to be at like some level of control. Like, what kind of motivational shit speech is this? It's like you can't even blame it on AI because it wasn't even around back then. But like, what kind of motivation says you can't control anything? Literally, even the things you can. It was like one of the worst like ending speeches. Terrible, terrible, terrible. That's all I
All right. You want me to go first for our olives?
got. Sure, why not?
Yeah, it's to me, it's just the only saving grace is Michael and Colin, so it's going down to 1.5. How about you?
Yeah, I just do one because I'm just gonna keep going down. I mean, these should probably all be like lower than this, but I want to show a progression. I want to know that these are worse than the ones before, and that's the only way I can do it. So, I mean, hey, maybe one of the other three will somehow be good. I mean, I've been surprised before, but I'm going to kind of bet on them being worse.
It's possible. We've seen franchises swing back up.
Well, if you have a couple of hits this low, it doesn't take much.
Correct.
It does not take much to get higher, so we'll see. I mean, like Hellraiser, right? Hellraiser had like what 4 bad movies, and then they started getting good again.
Maybe 6.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Some of them I like and you didn't like, but
I know.
Yeah, but I literally. So, I've been shocked before, but we'll see. Anything else you want to add?
Nope. Take some.
All right, so that's the first round of Lake Placid movie, but it keeps going. Yes, really. Let's aim our sights low as we dive into 3 more Lake Placid films to see if the CGI gets upgraded to PS2 level graphics for the back half. So, join us for Lake Placid, the final chapter.
Which always
Lake
has
Placid,
to be number 4, it seems like.
Lake Placid versus Anaconda. Not the alligators, the lake itself.
Yep.
is fighting the Anaconda and Lake Placid Legacy. So may RNGesus have mercy upon us. And remember, we watch bad movies, so you don't have to.
And this has been Graveyard saying, have you checked on the children?
This is Salem saying, long live the new